finally, yay. Like, oh my God, have you guys tried this?
You can feel the excitement. Hi, I'm Jabari Gray.
And I'm Joy Mangano, and I'm excited too because finally the gloves are off. Throw away your gloves. Say goodbye to all your household cleaners because we have the most powerful botanical disinfectant, cleaner, and odor eliminator. It's your triple threat.
Clean Boss disinfects. It kills 99.9% of germs, fungus, mold, bacteria, and viruses. And it's on the EPA list N of disinfectants for use against the COVID-19 virus. And it's a powerful cleaner that cuts right through grease and grime. Clean Boss kills germs 3 times faster and is 5 times more powerful than the leading competition. And can replace 15 different cleaning products because you can use it virtually everywhere. Use it on granite, marble, tile, glass, stainless steel, porcelain, wood, and you can use it on soft surfaces as well. It even eliminates odors and allergens. Clean Boss is powered by thymol, botanically derived from the thyme plant, so you can feel confident using it around your kids and pets. If you call or go online now, we'll send you 2 big bottles of Clean Boss for just $29.95. But because Joy knows you can never have enough Clean Boss, we'll double the offer and send you 4 big 24-ounce bottles for exactly the same price, just $29.95.
Now you know why we're so excited, and you will be too.
With Clean Boss.
Call or go to cleanbossclean.com to get your 4 big bottles. Don't wait. Call now.
Call 1-877-400-6494 or go to cleanbossclean.com. Order now.
So I had to quit college to help my mom, but I never wanted to quit my dream of a career in IT.
There are 200,000 unfilled IT support roles in America. On Coursera, you can earn Google's IT Support Professional Certificate designed to prepare you for an IT support career in about 5 months for $49 a month. No degree or experience needed.
My job now is amazing. I can spend more time with my family.
Find courses, certificates, and degrees on Coursera. Join for free at Coursera.org. Coursera, your course to success.
Welcome back, everyone. The World Health Organization investigators on the ground in Wuhan, China, now have access to months of Chinese flu data. They are hoping this can help trace the origins of the coronavirus pandemic. A WHO-led team visited a regional Centers for Disease Control today. On Sunday, they toured a now closed wet market in Wuhan, a location thought to be central to the disease's early spread. And CNN's international security editor, Nick Paton-Walsh, has been tracking this story for months now. He joins us live from London. Good to see you, Nick. So, given a year has passed and full access and cooperation may not be given to the WHO team, what all can we realistically expect to come out of this investigation?
I do think it's fair to have modest expectations, but there are some signs from the conversations we had with 3 of the scientists on that panel yesterday that they may be getting some information, although of course the accuracy and quality of it is something they'll have to determine in the future. For example, the wet market, kind of anecdotally ground zero, if you like, for coronavirus, the place where live animals were traded, and it's thought an incident occurred that began the coronavirus outbreak. They visited that empty, long empty, disinfected, shuttered wet market yesterday with Chinese officials in a company. They got to speak to people who had worked there, locals as well. They actually said it was useful, surprisingly useful, to see in 3D, as it were, this sort of place and assess what kind of role it could have had in that initial small super spreader event. Of course, as you say, though, so different to what they could possibly have seen a year ago when it was still possibly actually a sense of exactly how this initially began. Moving on, as you say, in the days ahead, today and next days, they will be going to the CDCs in Hubei and also the Wuhan Institute of Virology, a place which is gaining notoriety, not just because the research it's done into coronaviruses found in bats, but because of unsubstantiated evidence-free allegations made by the now former Trump administration that it was somehow an original source of the leak. One important thing, though, Rosemary, here is what I heard from one of the team members, that they've received a trove of data from Chinese officials about influenza in the months before December 2019 when the outbreak began, and in the regions around the city of Wuhan in which it first emerged. That's vitally important because it could provide signals perhaps as to whether there were other influenza-like outbreaks that could have been the beginnings of coronavirus that occurred elsewhere or earlier, and gives them a more clear sign as to exactly when people first started experiencing symptoms en masse. At the moment, it's thought to be late December, but a CNN investigation was put out in early December last year, indicating that there was a large, previously unreported spike in influenza in 2 cities near Wuhan that previously we hadn't known about. It was 20 times the size of the prevalence of influenza at that same point the year before. So lots of information clearly still coming through. As I say, the caveat here is they're very late on the ground, a year plus since this first happened. And at the same time, too, they're there under strict Chinese guidance. But I have to say, though, one of the team members said that the Chinese have been very transparent so far. They get to see what they want to see, and they are finding that they're able actually to bend the rules slightly, to quote one of the panel members, as to what they had rigidly been laid out as being able to do by the Chinese. So more information still to come.
At the same time,
the more we can learn, the more we can avoid this ever happening again. Nick Payton-Walsh bringing us that report live from London. Many thanks. Well, more than a year after the initial outbreak in Wuhan, many people there are still grieving the loss of loved ones. For some, that grief has turned to anger as they question why government officials didn't do more to address the situation from the very beginning. CNN's David Colvin reports now from Wuhan.
So this right here is the photo. Matching the photo on his phone with this Wuhan park where he last spent time with his father, Zhang Hai can barely keep it together. Zhang says his father served in China's military, defending his country. But as COVID-19 spread in Wuhan, the epicenter of the global outbreak, early last year, weeks passed before health officials publicly acknowledged human-to-human transmission. When they finally did, it led to the city of 11 million residents locking down. But by then, Zhang's 76-year-old father had contracted the virus, dying days later.
You told me that when you're here, a few emotions come to mind. Obviously, sadness and sorrow, missing your dad, but also anger. With whom are you angry?
When the virus appeared in Wuhan in the early days, the local governments of Wuhan City and Hubei province could truly have put people and life first. They could have taken measures to control the virus, he says, but they didn't. Instead, they covered up and missed the precious opportunity. Government figures state nearly 4,000 people in the city of Wuhan have died from COVID-19. Zhang is now suing local officials and the hospital that treated his father. He is not the only one channeling his grief into action. In the back room of a quiet Wuhan tea house, we met Huang Luzhen. She packed envelopes addressed to China's High Court. Her brother worked as a driver for a local market and was infected January of last year. She considers him a frontline worker. She says the local government declined her family's claim for work injury compensation. He felt that he would leave financial burdens behind, Wang tells me. I want to negotiate for proper compensation in exchange for his death, so that I can take care of his child and family, pay the mortgage, and shoulder other responsibilities he couldn't complete. Wang's efforts to persuade China's High Court to help, unlikely to change anything, given the court's decline to take up any COVID-related cases. For Yang Min, it's not even about the money, but what she calls spiritual justice for her daughter.
What is the truth as you know it?
The local officials did not tell us about the pandemic, she says. If measures were taken, I would not have sent my child to the hospital, which was the source of the infection. Last January, Yang's 24-year-old daughter had been receiving treatment for cancer. She contracted COVID-19. Yang said the hospital was so overcrowded that she snuck in to attend to her own daughter. I couldn't bear it anymore, so I disguised myself in a set of blue surgery garbs that one of my doctor friends gave me, and I went into the hospital, she says. I blended in to take care of my child. Yang says she also contracted the virus. And while she was recovering, her daughter passed away. Young says her husband, whose brother also died from the virus, nearly drove off a bridge. He wanted to take his own life. Following the outbreak in Wuhan, several local and provincial leaders were ousted from their jobs. But Yang wants to see more done.
政府官员需要得到
I think the government officials who covered it up need to be punished, not just disciplined, she tells me. My question is, why is it that those who have killed so many are not punished? If there's no explanation, there is no justice. China's foreign ministry has said as recently as last month that accusations the country covered up the outbreak are simply groundless. CNN reached out to local and provincial court officials for comment. They have not yet responded. These grieving family members believe local officials should have done more, and they are now knowingly risking their own freedoms by sharing their pain publicly. Zhang Hai says given all his father sacrificed for his country as an army veteran, he deserves better, even in death. My father was a patriot, and I am also one, he says. I've always believed it is a patriotic act to speak out. David Cover, CNN, Wuhan, China.
And coming up here on CNN Newsroom, EU leaders say more vaccines are on the way.